what you were gonna do. They already had the man's verdict in a couple days before all this shit went down. When they indicted, when they said he wasn't indicted, when they said he was not indicted, you people, they already had y'all, this is where we gonna keep these people locked in to this area, make sure they don't tear nothing up, let them fuck up their own shit.
And even on top of that, they tear up the auto parts store, they tear up Walgreens. All those places are insured. So what the fuck does that matter?
Hey, you mentioned, I seen an article somewhere too where the police had a, what do you call it? They were guarding, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. Walmart or something that was in like a peaceful part of Ferguson.
It was Walmart.
They were just there, and there wasn't nothing going on there.
Walmart is $1 billion corporation. Some of those places, it's not worth it. What are you going to get out of Walgreens that's going to impact that store's ability to move on?
Oh man, these niggas, I'm sorry, bro. I saw videos, dude sent me this video. This nigga, there was two videos. One, this nigga busted a big ass hole in this Jordan Nike store. This nigga put the shoes on his feet and was, gone. I've never seen a nigga run this fast in my life. This nigga was gone. This some dude watching him like, God, nigga.
Shit crazy, man.
And then there's another video with his people. These niggas back a truck up, like a white Tundra or some shit. And you see this dude with like a white do-rag on carrying like 40, 50 boxes of, tracks for the weaves, carrying them, they're throwing them in the back of the truck and get them. Really? When are you niggas gonna learn, man? God.
Now, those same trucks and those same cars that were used, you and I both know there's closed circuit TV in front of all those stores. They're gonna look at your license plate in about two weeks. That same nigga that you saw backing that truck up, whoever's truck it is, whatever, all them niggas in that truck, they gonna go to jail. Just that easy. So-called white man, you're not a threat to the so-called white man. If you want to make an impact as far as tearing up a store or something like that, you want to do it with a mom and pops type establishment, because they not going to be able to just recoup it. But it's fucking Walgreens. There's 18 of them in every city that you go to. And then it was the auto parts store. It's the same thing. It's a little smarter than Walgreens. Get some parts for your car, get some batteries, some tires. But you and I both know there is a factory somewhere with a gazillion tires in it. Yep. They're just going to replace the one, close the store for a few days, fix the glass. Next thing you know, it's like McDonald's. It's only gonna get better.
If anything,
it's only gonna get better.
If anything, you gave them niggas a couple of weeks vacation. Probably paid.
And them same niggas you saw with their riding, they're the ones that work at the goddamn auto parts store at Walgreens. Yep. So how are you gonna get yourself, we're saying all this, what is the solution? I don't ever like talking about a problem without a solution. Right? Because then you're just talking. Yeah. What is the solution? Egyptology. What is the solution? You talking and we're listening, but what is the solution, Sonetta? You got that channel, and it's probably millions of people that come and watch that channel. What is the solution? You don't have it? We ant it. In the spirit of shot, we got that solution. You come back to these law statutes. Come on, go ahead.
I'm saying if you don't got the solution, you need to shut up.
That's right.
Stop putting yourself up there as like a person that people will flock to for an answer. You need to stop.
And if you in those churches, stop telling people that the law is done away with. Get Matthew 5 and 17 real quick. Stop telling people that it's okay to eat pork. We're not under grace no more. If you're not under grace, then that must mean, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. You're under grace. So you could do what you want to. That defeats the whole purpose of grace. If you could do what you wanted to do, there's no need for grace. There's no need for Yahushua to come back. There's no need for the Most High to even be dealing with these people, because you can just do what you want to do. And there's no repercussions, no nothing. You know, they try to use Acts where Peter's talking about the unclean thing. That's talking about people. Right? That's talking about people. Go ahead with that.
Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. The Lord he's not coming to take half of the Bible and throw it away. The Lord is coming to fulfill every word, every page, every book that's in the Bible. He's coming to fulfill that, to make it true. Everything that's in there. He's coming to put that stamp and that seal on it.
say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
So how is that confusing? How are you in the church 40 years and never come across that scripture right there? How are you in the church 35, 40 years? You're raising your kids up. You're always talking about your grandmother was in that. She went to church for 80 years every Sunday. How is it that she's still feeding you pork every Sunday? 80 years of doing the wrong thing. 80 years of doing the wrong thing. Sometimes it's stupidity, but a lot of times just stubborn, just a nigga.
Yeah.
You sitting up here with the Bible for 80 years and you never came across that? And you never came across it and then asked somebody about it?
Especially when a lot of them are so focused on the New Testament.
So either way, you're going to die in your wickedness. You're going to die in your wickedness. Go ahead and finish that. June 19.
Whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
But whosoever shall teach them, whoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be those that are called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's why we're out here every week, taking time out of our life to do what we feel is the right thing to do. Everything in our lives is secondary to what we're doing right now. We have what we have based off of what we're doing right now.
Faith,
Right?
everything, man. It's like, man, y'all don't understand. Like, you see the stupid. We have enough common sense to see that stupidity that constantly goes on in the world, and it has gotten us nowhere. Trying to do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay out of trouble, but yet you're still going through some type of hell. The question should be asked: why are we suffering like this? But then y'all think Al Sharpton and them have never given you the fucking answer.
And they call themselves reverend, that pastor. They call themselves those names. Why aren't they teaching you? Why aren't they bringing this scripture out to you? Why aren't they teaching you Revelation 1:13-14, talking about Yahushua? Why aren't they teaching you that stuff?
That's right.
Right? They're just teaching you peace. They're teaching you to let your enemy just run amok. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and get guns, because even if I did, that's on you to go and do it. But my message is coming from the scriptures of that Yahushua puts for us to tell you.
That's right. And if I can say this too, they're giving you guys this sense of hope, because after this such amount of years, we've come a long way to where we can do anything. We can ride in front of these buses. We can drink out of the same water fountain. That type of bullshit they hitting y'all with, man. Or now we've come a long way to where we can speak up and say what we want to say. Like, no.
That's right. I don't want to drink out of the same water fountain as a so-called one, as an Edomite. I don't want to play on the same teams as an Edomite. I'd rather my Olympics look bad as hell than to be out here hustling and bustling and breaking records for the so-called white man. You sitting there with his flag all over your chest. He can't run for shit. Standing up there in the box, looking at you like he owns you, like your property. LeBron James running and jumping all over the court. There is an owner of that team that he can't say what he wants to say because of that owner of the team and of the NBA. He's owned, bought and sold. You see it in front of your eyes, and they go from team to team, bought and sold, transferred like property.
Part of when you take sport and specifically talking about in the whole realm of sports, when you participate in that, whether you're in it, you play it, or if you're in like ESPN or something like that, they own you. There was a dude who, I was listening to this, some dude, people on Twitter arguing about evolution versus the church or whatever. And this dude got his ESPN suspended him from his Twitter. Then you figure that's your own personal thing. He said, no, you gotta get off of there. They own you. You can't voice your own opinion or nothing. When you sign that contract, get that money, and get out there and play them sports.
That's right. So no longer are you gonna get whipped on your back. No longer are you gonna get hung from the tree. Well, you can still get hung from the trees. Right. Now that punishment is through your job, they take your job away.
Yeah.
You get a large pay cut. Ray Rice, he got kicked out of the NFL. I think today they just let him back in. But it's things like that happen to you. You get scorned and ridiculed in front of the whole world. Tim Hardaway, he said something in the effect of, "I don't like faggots," or something like that. And he's not even, he ain't no sports writer, he ain't no analyst. He's just a man that used to play in the NBA. They was all over his ass in the news, and he ain't nobody in the big scheme of things. But he had to go and make an apology.
Yeah,
And if he wouldn't have made that apology, he has a son that is now in the NBA. If he wouldn't have made that apology, I can't say this for sure, but his son probably wouldn't have been in the NBA.
At least that would cause some flack.
Unless the son publicly denounced his father.
Right. I'm not with that. Yeah, something like that could have very well played out.
So finish that. Okay, that Matthew's done.
Yeah, I got a second John. I'm sorry, First John. 1 John 5 verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
His commandments aren't grievous. To not eat pork, that's not hard.
That's
like
right.
I said, every time you go to the store, you have a selection. That's how the Lord works. He is the Most High is not here to take His people and just put them through hell for no reason. The Lord gives you a way out. The Lord is dealing with His people. You just don't want to turn to Him. You don't want to trust Him. You don't trust in this white man. You want to trust in Egypt, like it says in Isaiah 30 and 1. Read Isaiah 31 and 1.
It's just that constant vibe that's put on you. That's why you don't want to hang around them. And that's what y'all don't get. It's just like, damn, it's a negative vibe. Some of them think they can spit some knowledge at you and get you to understand their way of thinking. Their way of how things are ran in life. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1.
31.
Oh, Salakia, brother. Did I mess that up? Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
That's right. Woe to them. Destruction to them. Destruction to them that go to Egypt. And this place, this structure is Egypt, is Babylon, is Rome. All balled up in one. It's Greece, it's Sodom, all balled up into one. Which is why it's so great on the earth. Because it's just all those kingdoms combined. It's just a total just cesspool of lies, filth, abominations. And that's what thrives on the earth right now. And those places that it hasn't touched is doing everything. This structure is doing everything in its power to get to those places that haven't been touched. So that when that time comes, it can spread that chip. And there can't be no one around without that chip. There can't be people in Kazakhstan in the mountains without the chip. There can't be people in Uzbekistan in the mountains. And there can't be people deep in near the Amazon, in South America, in Peru, high in the mountains. Everybody, the so-called white man wants everybody, right?
And stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
That's right. They trust in this army. They trust in this Navy, in this Air Force, in the Marines. They trust in them. But guess what? All that's going to get taken down. I don't give a damn how big and bad you think you are. There's always somebody bigger and badder. And in this case, it's Yahushua.
That makes the point right here. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Because you don't seek Him? Like pretty much this whole sermon that we've been talking, because you don't seek Him, you got to go down.
Because
if you're an Israelite, we'll see you on the other side. If you're not, I don't really give a damn what happens. But because you don't turn to Him, you don't want to get the true understanding of Christmas.
That's right.
And it's men of the Lord out here preaching that. Thanksgiving, what is it about? Easter, what is it about? So we may not have a big crowd listening to us. All that means is just it's a big crowd that got condemned that day. All these people that walk by, we got this sign out there. We piqued your interest because you walked by the whole time, damn near broke your neck looking. And you hear us speaking. If you're a so-called white man and you hear me saying that you're about to be taken down, it ain't like you ain't know. But even if you know or not, Edomites, you going down. Jake is the point. Walking by with your woman, and then you got a group of women walking by looking at us like we crazy. Well, you the one that's crazy. Because you heard the word of the Lord.
That's right.
You had the opportunity to do the right thing. The word was spoken to where you could hear it. The word touched your town when it wasn't there before. Now it's there every weekend, but you didn't want to listen. So you put that on yourself, you know? Who can you blame at the end of the day? You know? Okay. And somebody else want to jump up and
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? You know, like I was saying earlier, man, y'all you constantly have this trust in people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackass, or looking up to people like Bill Cosby, but now all that is just melting. It's completely just falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Even for you so-called thugs out there, y'all think y'all gonna fight up against Esau when they got martial law set up? Hell no. I hear stories all the time of kids way younger than us, man, that got arsenals, man. They got weapons, thinking they ready to, man, when this damn white man try to go up again, try to come take me down, be ready. Right. These motherfuckers got shit way more advanced. And once again, that's you not listening to what the Most High is telling you. Y'all forgot that's Esau's blessing is the gift of the sword. These motherfuckers got drones. They see what you're doing. Didn't we just get done telling you that people like wicked ass people like Al Sharpton and them are in the CIA? That type of stuff, but y'all don't want to hear that. Yeah, you are waking up to it. You're getting frustrated, but you don't really know what the hell you're doing. You just think you're just going, man, if I'm gonna just fuck up anybody. You know, let me get to the point. Oh, I was gonna, okay, go ahead, I'll solve it. It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20, where is the wise? Where is the scribe?
Where is the, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Where is the disputer of this world?
Where is the disputer of this world? Where are the people that can say that we're wrong? Where are the people that can say that this sign is wrong? Where are they at? He was talking about those people like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, Malcolm X. If you watch that movie, is it called X or is it called Malcolm? It's called X.
I think it's
either
called
one.
X.
In the beginning of that movie, they told you who the Israelites were. You didn't want to listen. You listen to all his speeches. Why don't you listen to that part? He knew. He just chose not to live that way. He chose not to have faith in Yahweh.
That's right.
Not to have faith in Yahweh. And look what happened to him. You may be up for a while, but you're gonna get taken down. How the Lord does it, that's on him. But you may be up, just like all those people we named, Martin Luther King, they gonna take your ass down, do it all over again. I bet you Martin Luther King would leave you niggas alone. Quit.
If he saw how you motherfuckers were today,
if he saw his end, he would shit.
And they show you, man, it's just so funny, man. You see the kind of stupidity. I seen some dumb shit with one of them bitches from Housewives of Atlanta or some shit like that. This bitch bragged about how her family is in the NAACP and shit. They went down to some church where they basically had the Underground Railroad. Now, if you know your history of the Underground Railroad, people were able to run to certain locations to get up north to be free. This bitch went and said, who was driving the train under the ground?
Just jump back in this.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just going to show you the foolishness,
just
stupidity. That bitch said who was driving the train up under the ground.
I'm not going to accept that. Those words were never spoken. We're going to take that off the film and everything.
Yeah, man. All right.
Past 10 seconds never happened.